The last thing I'm going to ask these guys is really the most important question I'm going to ask you, because I did this in your class, I'll do this in these classes, but I'm going to spend a lot of time talking to you about, as an owner-operator, quote, buying in to the AAT system. It's crucial. But what does it take for an owner-operator like yourself that, as you said, have been financially successful here, which is what we want, but what does it take for you or these guys to buy into our system as an owner-operator?
I'd say that's going to be an answer that they're going to each individual is going to have to answer themselves.
Fair.
For me,
let me say it this way:
okay.
The system of planning.
Plan ahead. When you want your time off, don't call up and say, "Hey, Chris, I need off tomorrow." There are going to be issues. You
Right.
know, call. There are going to be some issues.
Right.
Some come up with us and say, "Hey, I need to get home."
Right.
And they do. Try to plan ahead as well as you can.
Right.
Life's not perfect, but the better you schedule, the easier it is for Jeremy and Nina and Chris, everybody,
right,
to make all this work.
Right.
It's a domino effect. You take a domino out, you miss, then you got someone
right.
standing.
Right. What has the way, and when I say system, I'm referring to the way we pre-plan. Even our owner-operators, and I know Jeremy will tell these guys and told y'all that he doesn't see an owner-operator truck in a company truck. They're AAT trucks. And that's how he plans them, which allows him to pre-plan. But what has the process he uses of pre-planning meant to you, and how has that played into your success?
Oh, that's probably the one best thing here.
Really? Great.
I can call Chris up and I say, "Chris, do we have plan A yet?" And there's not very many times that we don't have a plan A. And I can, just like I told you, I can schedule my time out now as far daily,
right,
or 2 days ahead. It doesn't always happen like that.
Right.
We'll get in a dead area and we may have to wait.
Right.
But when Chris tells me, "Alan, here's what we've got on you right now, it could change," I can look at this and say, "Okay, well, I need to get my truck serviced." Or I can go over here and fuel.
Maximizing all of your time.
Right.
Wow.
And that puts money in my pocket. That puts money in your pocket, because I can plan my downtime if I've got a little space in there for offloads or something like that.
Right.
That shrinks that downtime into a minimum.
Right.
To where that makes us more available.
Yeah.
To move freight.
Well, I want you to tell these guys one more thing, and then I'm going to let you guys go. But I want you to tell them the story you told me when you called me regarding the week that, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday of that week, where you were looking at very little amount of miles and actually stressing that week about how your week finaled out. And I want you to tell them that story, because the same way you told it to me, and then I'm going to let you go.
Gosh, it was our 9th week here. We just went home. Protocol, so to say, is the company wants you to lease on with, you're good. They take care of you till your first time home, and then after that, it's, off somewhere else. We'd come out, stayed out for 8 weeks the first time, went home for a week, come back out, and Jeremy dispatched us from McAllister down to Columbia, South Carolina to Bragg, and then Bragg up to a base there just east of Crane, and I cannot remember the name of it. Well, by Wednesday,
this is great.
I was chomping nails. I told Rene, I said, "The skies fell in. It's all over with. It's happened.
Right.
Reality has set in." I had, what did we have? 700 miles. Just a hair
on
over
Wednesday.
700 on Wednesday. I'm thinking, "Oh, Lord have mercy." It's happened.
Right.
It's done with. By the end of that pay period, over 5,300 miles.
From Wednesday
to Monday, that took care of it for me. And the bad thing is, the thing I didn't tell you, Tim, I told you so.
There you go. Brownie point.
Yeah. And I just after that, and I've told several of my friends that's come over here, and most of the folks that I talk to that you'll give me the call that call me, I'll tell them that story.
Mm-hmm.
I said, look, don't get in a panic.
Right.
There's been several situations like that. I didn't know. I don't know if Jeremy looked at that and saw that. I've never talked
Right.
to him about it.
Right.
But that convinced me that they're going to take care
Well,
of
that's
us.
part of what I will talk to them about as far as buying into the system. You pretty much, as an owner-operator, we do things totally different. And that comes from being at companies and years in the business, Jeremy and Chris and me and Nina, Crystal, as far as seeing it done the wrong way and being able to say, if we ever get the chance to do it the right way, this is what we would do. We've been in the position where our owners have allowed us to do that, and we're very pleased with that and proud of that, and we've made those changes. But that's what it means to buy in to the AAT system. In other words, as an owner-operator, trust Jeremy Shavers, because before it's said and done, he's going to take care of you. Is that a correct statement?
Yeah, it's one of those deals. I don't know if you remember, he sent me in New York City 2 times.
I remember.
And I'm thinking, something's happened here. I gotta find out what's going on. But, we went in. Did I like going in? No.
Mm-hmm.
But we went in, we went out. When we came out, we was going all the way to the other coast.
Yeah.
So we had a little spot of grief in there that we didn't like running. I mean, ain't nobody likes New York City.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to dodge that one.
Right.
That's just part of life.
Yeah.
But we went in there, we got out. I don't know what my average is as far as, overall. Mm-hmm. I know from the last half of this year, it's been very well. Mm-hmm. And you can count on it. I have never, when we come out here and go to work, never have I not made a paycheck.
Wow.
And we're talking a year and a half.
Believe it or not, that happens places, especially with an owner-operator. I mean, you get a settlement that you're in the hole,
mm-hmm.
And that's never happened.
We laugh. I'll show some of the folks, and I got that little book. And my smallest check is, $3.67. Now, the best thing about it is, we was off for 2 weeks. I didn't work a lick to get that $3.
So we paid you $3.67 to go home.
Something had come through, but there's never been. Used to with Love's, our fuel was a week behind.
Right.
And I always figured, when we come back out, then we got the double whammy going on. There's not going to be no check.
Right.
These folks here, these folks here have always made sure that your check, I've never received a negative amount on a pay sheet. Never.
Wow. That says a lot for you.
I can't say that about anybody else.
One thing I'm going to stress with these guys is that, as I did with you, that it's very crucial that you work 80 to 85% of the year in order to be successful in your business, which is your truck, and we make that clear. But these guys have done phenomenal. They're great folks. Most of you have already talked to them because they are more than happy. I'll call out and say, this guy's going to call you. I'm thinking about bringing him on. Get me a good warm and fuzzy so I can make a call on it. And he's done that. He'll be available to you when we get to the point of moving forward. If you have any other questions, feel free to call him. You'll get a phone list. Guys, thank you for your time. Enjoy your time in Chattanooga. We're going to have a ball at the Shindig tonight. Wear your bibs to the most highfalutin party you've ever been to.
Now, there is one other thing I got to say.
What's that?
I got to warn these folks about our safety man.
No, I don't. We may need to retake out.
He is meaner than a dog passing razor blades. Just watch out for him, all right?
I appreciate that. Anyways, call these guys if you need to. Again, I appreciate your time, and good luck in the orientation class. And as he said, as Teddy told them, we want you guys to retire from here. As owner-operators, AAT is not successful unless you are, and we will go into that in great detail. But thanks for your time. Thanks for your time, and I appreciate it.